Hello, and welcome back. Steel Pinnings here once again, and today I have for you June. It's June locks. And I know everybody's been waiting for their daily dose of lock porn. Well, I got it. Alright, so without any waffling around, I'm just going to scroll on down and see what we have. First things first is some things I've been working on. I had received this wonderful, beautiful fichet French push lock. Very different than what we're normally used to seeing. Has a curved entrance, several levers, and the thing is that one of them levers, let's see if I got a poker here. There we go. This one over here, when pushed, dang gummit, focus. When pushed, doing this through the lens. But you can see it pushes up. There it is. And it pushes up this bar. Focus. That. And that gets in the way of any key. See? Pop back down. And only you have to hold tension on the bottom one near constant to pick the others, or it all has to be done at once. And I had to research and figure out what the key looked like. I'll see if I can insert a picture of a key I found, which gave me the premise of cutting a hole in it, because the original key has a hole in it, not quite as pretty as mine. But I had to put the curve in it, and I was sanding it down through the center, and then impressioning it was quite difficult, but it does work. I got it to work. I didn't think I was there for a little while, because it's not like, you know, the little 6-lever pancake locks. Those things are simple with just a pinch clip and some finish nails. Anyhow, so I got that working. I received a package. I had bought this beautiful little Kaba Gemini, and I bought it from a buddy of mine, a seller on eBay, Adam, the guy I told y'all about, who had the Gemini padlocks. And of course, I told y'all I was going to wind up getting one, and I did. This is the Lori Gemini padlock core in an American 3600. Gorgeous lock, works beautifully. Be an honor to keep in my collection. And he also sent me this one that it has the wrong key, so it's not pinned up to this key. It's a Kiso 2000, but it's not pinned up to this key. So I picked this side, and I'm getting ready to take it apart and see if I can repin it to that key. Wish me luck, right? Other than that, now, I had some, let's pull back here, some Rucos here that I got this one from Mr. Chris from Top of the Pick. And this is one I had, and this was the core that it had in it. And nothing wrong with this core. I mean, it worked beautifully. But I decided I'd see if I could upgrade it a bit. So I managed to rebuild this ASA twin. And now it works beautifully. So that was the upgrade I did on this one. Well, when I got this one from Chris, it had this, it's a Zeiss Icon, not a Ruco, mind you, sorry. Anyhow, it had this beautiful Zeiss Icon core. in a snowman format. Beautiful little lock. Well, I tried to pick it, and I got it picked and went, well, let's see if I can do a little better with it. So I dug around and rebuilt this D12. It's a Ruco, not an ASA D12. So it's a Ruco, what do you call it? Series 1200. There you go. Get it focused without glare. So it's the D12 keyway, really, and so it makes for a even more challenging pick is what I was going for. And I think I got it on them. So, other than that, I saw these little beauties, and they are so cool. These are lockout locks, if you will. They are made to work with, I don't have a curtain lock or particularly like a just skeleton key doorway. And what it is this is a Bergwachner. Focus right. Anyway, you take it and it goes into that skeleton keyway, and then you turn it over and it locks it in place, and you pull out the key. And then all they have is this sticking in their skeleton key, and they can't fit their key in to open it. It's kind of like the traveling salesman's motel lockout key to keep anybody from coming in. Same difference, really. Works with a tiny little key. Tiny little keyway. Goes in, opens it up, and pull the whole thing out, and then take your skeleton key in. Now I have one Bergwachner here. Beautiful. And then this one is a Bossy, the little elephant one. And they work a little differently. This one is a solid system. So if you see, the whole backside turns. So it's a cord that goes in through it, and then this is an outer shell. Where the Bergwachner is a little different, you can tell, because it's a solid shell, and the inner part is the part that moves, and the actuator is part of that inner part. Really, really cool little baby tiny locks. Awesome. Awesome. I couldn't pass them up. And with those, I got from the same guy this awesome Abus Discus. And it is a super cool one I haven't seen before. And it's a lever lock. Beautiful operation. Works great. Sweet little addition. And then I got into these Sergeants, and I've always been interested in them, especially the Signature Series. And with the Signature Series comes several different formats of it. The most extreme is a dual sidebar 6-pin core. And then there's the XC, which is so much like the Everest core, but slightly different because it's up in the front here. See, look at the key here. It looks like nothing on this side, but on the other side you see those same type of Everest indents, if you will. And what those do is the same thing as an Everest, but not so much as just going in there and hanging or grabbing that little check pin and lifting it up. This has a flip system that works like a rocker and does the same thing with that little point. You can probably see it there, retracting and going back. That's the same difference, and this is the Sergeant XC signature. Awesome find. This is brand new old stock. And then I got this FSIC Sergeant, and it looked really odd. I'd never seen the face in that symbol before. Y'all probably have, and you're like, oh, you're silly, you should know that. But it almost looks like a V symbol, and like the V7 or something like that in Lockwood. And the key for it is Ass Abloy Sergeant, and it has that same V symbol on it up here. It's a TA keyway, I think, and it is really thick, much thicker and solid than any other that I've seen. And I finally got it picked to control. Good grief. And put that back so I don't lose it. and I wanted to share with y'all because it has some guts in it that I've never seen in a Sargent before. So I'll bring it over here, and first I'll show you the core itself. And the keyway, it looks huge, but if you can look down in there, there are tight little cut wards that are there to break your damn pick, man. It was hard to get around them. And it also has a sidebar. And, of course, the 6 pins. And the sidebar, though, doesn't have an actuation. It has these two, besides the spring, has these 2 little cuts in it. And you'd think that it'd have to line up something, kind of like the M3 series of Medeco. But I can't really tell that it does anything. The slot that it fits in does not have any actuation with the key. There's no cuts on the key, so I don't get it. But when I get to the pins themselves, let's zoom into those. You can see that some of them are even like ASA spools, and then mushroom spools, and of course the steel. But even the drivers, and these almost look like lab replacement drivers, but they're not. They actually have serrations in them as well. I'd really never seen that before in a Sargent like that. So if y'all know what that one's called, I'd love to know it. Other than that, I don't know the name of it, but it's an amazing little lock. And I'm going to try my best to get it all back together properly. And last but not least, for June, let's be June, I have this beautiful, tiny little Abus. And I got this one for Mr. Bill Bacardi for his Baby Abus collection. And it is a 5525. Beautiful little bitty lock. Tiny little keyway. If you have this one, Bill, I'll happily keep it. But if you don't, it's yours, bud. And if I can get that back in the box. Alright. I came across this on eBay. And normally it's very expensive. Y'all have seen those Brady lockout tagouts. I have a body here that, you know, everybody's seen before, right? Those little Bradys. They have the 7240 cores in them, really. Well, I found a box of them, and they're normally, you know, upwards of $10 a lock, and I got the whole thing for $12. So, yippee! I got a whole box of those, so I'll be playing around with those and sending a few out in care packages. But this one was really cool. It's a big box of Abus. And these are little bitty Abus 4030s, or 4130s. And the 4130 is a laminated steel lock, but it's a little baby too. So I thought Mr. Bill might like that one. So I got the little bitty one over here, and I also got a 4130. That's what it's called. Yeah. So if you got that one too, Bill, then I'll happily keep them. They got great bidding on them too, mind you. Look at that. Holy crap. And if not, again, it's yours, bud. I'll be sharing some of those and whatnot as well. So that's gonna finish it off for my June locks. That's what I've got so far. I've got a few more little knickknacks that I've been working on, but we're getting them done, getting them down. One little announcement. Mark chapter 13 had asked me to do a favor for a buddy, and that was to see if I can get some control keys for some Primus. I asked around, and it's just not gonna happen because, well, you gotta have that base, you know, keyway, who owns it type of thing. So I said I can turn them into control keys if he had 2 keys. So he has 2 keys per. I turned one of them into control key. So we have the lock here. I have it one click out, click it in. We have a control key now. Haha! There's one. Got another one here. Click it in. Got a control key. Haha. I got another one here. And click it in. And got another control key. So yes, buddy, I got them all controlled for you. Wasn't easy, but I got it done. Now I'm letting them harden, so they'll be a little tougher, but you'll have to be a little gentle with them, but you can make them work. Awesome, guys. I thank y'all so very much for joining me. Y'all please stay safe and always stay legit. If you like this video and like what I do here, hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And as always, until we meet again, peace.